One. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another beautiful episode of Paperwork Pantheon. My name is Offbeat Outlaw, as it has been this whole time. I'm the game master this Ian. Sorry for the last few weeks of scheduling conflicts. Time is hard. Time is very hard. But it's okay, because we finally figured it out. Turns out...
Have you asked Amelia to fix it?
I did, and they said no, so I guess that's that then. Brooke!
Hello, my name is Brooklyn. That's Danny.
Danny? Do you have anything to say to the public? Is there anything you'd like to say to the people? Okay, I won't break your mewing streak. Alright, you're doing great, King.
Let me speak to the people, Piccolo.
Let me speak to the people. No one is stopping you. Let me speak. So, when we last left off, the party, well, Aze and Viari had managed to sneak in, vaguely infiltrate the streets of Fishhook. They killed 2 church members, and their Viarmies had managed to kill several others, and they have managed to get everybody a church hunter uniform. Church hunters are shown to be, everyone knows a church hunter based on their, they wear a scarf of sorts, a white scarf of sorts that drapes down in the front and the back, with emblems and etchings on them. Nobody's really looked too closely because church hunters are also insane.
So me, bro.
So me, King. They've also managed to bring Rascal along. Rascal is the heretic and Moira's son.
Yeah. Oh, Danny, I tried to recruit him as a warlock.
It didn't. This is important information. When recruiting as a warlock, the magic actually blasted the heretic away. In the attempt. Meaning that there's something that is interfering with your abilities here.
Can I just say, the heretic insisted. I was going to leave the heretic for Danny to pick up, but the heretic insisted on learning the things that his son was learning. And so, but he can also be a warlock of multiple people.
Thank you.
I just wanted more child labor in this campaign.
Let me speak. That no one is stopping you. But yes, the heretic insisted because he didn't want his child to get hurt. And good thing that they did that, because the kid probably would have been exploded.
No.
So me. But now the party has got all their stuff. Godfried has finally caught up with Viari. Aze has managed to split off yet again, seeming like they're going to go and get some more equipment and tools. And you two find yourself together. Godfried, you have brought along a few. You've managed to find a couple of the heretics' corpses. They have been since disassembled. And you see at Viari's feet 2 hunters.
You ever notice how Ace always disappears when the real work begins?
Well, that's why I have them come work with me on Tuesdays.
What do you mean?
We have a contract. Ace has to work every second Tuesday of the month. Ace has to come in and do work with me.
Wait, so if I just had a contract, then Ace couldn't, like, run off?
I mean, if they signed it, yeah. This is your job, Viari.
What do you... Yeah, I know. I'm doing my job. I'm present. I'm here.
Are you sure? Because it sure doesn't seem you know how these contracts work.
That's because I can't read them.
Oh my god.
This has been known.
I forgot. I thought we were competent here. That's my bad.
I'm cursed. What do you want from me?
Read.
That's why I have a lawyer.
You just said some words.
Godfried, do you remember how prior to us becoming gods, there was that whole thing where Z's like rigged the jewel, I lost, I tried to save the domain of lives, and I was told that everything depended on it being safe, but then accidentally signed away agreement. And in part of that, I became cursed to not be able to ever read contracts.
And you're the one in charge of learning how to lie on contracts and also in charge of a big fuck-off library of stories that you cannot read?
I read. No, I can read the stories. They're not contracts.
Also, just point of clarity here.
Kid, by the way, you can read contracts. You just sign them compulsively before you get the chance to read them. Just because you can write them, remember?
I thought. Hold on. This is a Brooke thing.
Ooh.
I thought that Viari couldn't read the contracts. I feel like that's how it was originally.
You can read the contracts you write at the very least. Maybe just 'cause
Okay,
that's important.
okay.
That's important that you know that. You can read them, maybe
Okay.
not from other ones.
But you can read the ones you write, Piccolo.
Okay. Why do you keep calling me Piccolo?
You gotta speak to the people.
What does that mean?
Alright,
Goodbye.
I'm trying to open up D&D Beyond.
Mhm.
So anyway, Godfried, we killed some people, and this is not Scrap. This is...
Name's Rascal.
Thank you so much, Rascal.
You have the same voice, so it's gonna be hard to distinguish.
No, it's slightly
doesn't.
different.
Okay.
Scraps was higher pitch, and I sound like I have more of a Brooklyn accent.
What do you think is Brooklyn? Not Brooklyn Tuesday, Brooklyn, New York.
America.
Jesus
He
Christ.
extends
Oh, hello
a furry
there.
hand up to you.
Hello there,
He
kiddo.
is 3 feet tall.
Hello, child.
He grows when he's grumpy.
I don't grow when I'm grumpy. I grow when I want to kill things. If I grew
Are
when I was
you usually
grumpy,
grumpy when you...
I'd grow right
when
now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Thank you. That's
What do you need?
mighty
what do you need to feel
mighty
better?
assumptive of you. Mighty an apology.
Are
I'm
you sure this
sorry.
isn't Scrap?
That's my
Thank you.
bad.
Are you sure?
It's not Scrap, but they're gonna be best friends. I've already decided.
Are they gonna be best friends? They're gonna hate each other.
No. Oh, yeah, probably. Well, I think they'll be best friends. I think they'll love each other. I think that they will potentially argue in the beginning, but they will learn to love each other.
You know what? I'm glad that you have faith.
I do.
One of us needs to, so.
Yeah, well,
We're gonna
we
sneak
are
into the
gods.
church, or are we just gonna keep?
We are gonna sneak into the church.
I'm gonna be
thank
so
you.
real, I don't know the plan right now. I just got
We're trying
back.
to sneak into the church, but I forget why.
I feel like that's important.
Yeah, why are we sneaking into the church? Okay.
Rascal puts his head in his hands. It seems like I'm the only competent one left. All right, sit down, everybody. I need to see you on eye level.
Why
So
does he
the-
sound like Charlie's son?
Because they both have New York accents. The point of what we're trying to do here is we're trying to sneak into the church so we can get more information. Problem is, it's really hard to get information about anything because the church is so secretive and hush-hush unless you're getting blood administration from them. I wouldn't suggest that. It's usually probably a bad idea. But we can sneak in through to a variety of ways. Get information from some of the higher-ups. Maybe kidnap one of them? Kidnapping? Okay, I was just fielding the ground. Maybe we don't do the kidnapping.
Like last time we kidnapped an established member of the church, it did not go well.
Oh, you're professionals. I see.
No,
Yes.
but we're more experienced than that time. I feel like we could do it this time.
I don't know. We have a pretty bad problem of repeating our mistakes. So,
Okay, but consider that last time I also didn't know that you could just walk into a church freely, and so I was all like, "How do you get to the higher ups? How do you do?"
well,
the thing?"
now
But
this time you're right, okay?
Yeah,
this time
yeah,
you can't
this
just
time.
walk in.
This makes more sense. This registers as correct. It is
So-
espionage time.
I think we do. I think a good scout is our first priority right now.
Mm-hmm.
That's
just-
your job.
Just a good scout, right? We just need to get
Yeah,
information
get a
and
lay-
get out.
Get a lay of the land. Well, we're not going in. Viari's twin homunculus is going in. Gonna scout it out. Come back out. I'm gonna get the floor plans, and I'm gonna figure out how to get in.
Godfried, make a Arcana check on your plan real quick. Viari, you may also.
Arcana check?
Yeah, an Arcana check, yes.
Here, let me pull. I forgot to pull up
Oh.
my big fuck off
conversion sheet?
Like, yeah, my conversion sheet. So give me a moment, please. I'm sorry.
Chat, this is a good time to
Nice.
remind you that we are not exactly playing D&D. We are playing a imagine if for a moment that D&D was a Mini Coupe and then I got rid of its engine and I put in a monster truck engine in there and then put a spoiler on
We
the
took a
back.
Ford Fiesta and put in a GTR inside of it.
And we
Have you seen the Honda Hellcat? That's what we did.
It is that's what we've done. We've supplanted the Stacks Dice
39.
engine. What'd you get, sorry?
39, but can I tell you what I got on my secondary dice? Because I think it's kind of funny, and there's
What'd you
only
get?
one die kind of ruining the pattern. I got a 1, a 6, a 6, a 1, a 1, and a 5.
Damn.
I either rolled max or min, except for that 5.
He just had to be different, didn't he?
Okay.
And then I rolled a 19.
Okay, 39, okay.
So the orange one is what we are using, right?
The orange one is the converted, yes.
Thank you. I'm so fucking stupid. I always forget.
It's all good. It's not your fault that this is confusing. This is mine.
Having agreements, Arcana is so nice.
Where is I don't remember where my checks are on this thing.
Did
Like
you-
strength saving.
Are you looking
I
at
have my copy up.
Okay, let me go and pull up the conversion sheet so I can guide you.
God, why am I stupid?
Not stupid, it's
Oh, proficient stacks. Okay, am I an expert in this? No, I'm not. Okay, proficient stacks. It's an intelligence, so it's 5. All right, I get 5 d6s, right?
Yes.
I remember now. I'm beginning to believe. All right, in the industry, we like to call that a 25.
25, okay. Gottfried, your plan, it sounds sound to you. You can't think of anything that could go wrong with it. But there's something about how magic has been working in this world that makes you think you might need to do a bit of testing on the simulacrums first. Viari, after your run-in with the Eldritch entity beyond death in this plane, you know that something's fucky here. And you know that your simulacrums are going to run into problems if you send them in. And problems on the echelons of the plan might fail spectacularly. So, if you are going to send sims, you need to do a test run, but you know that you guys will be safe. You personally will be safe. You don't know what will happen to the sims.
Okay, well, we should also probably get you caught up with the fact that we did a little experiment where we killed Fader and then went to like resurrect him so that we could prove that people could come back. And it turns out that when people on this plane die, the moon tries to eat their soul. So Fader's safe and back with that. Like Fader's a god. He
So the
managed to-
moon tries to eat their soul. This has nothing to do with the Fey spirit of undeath.
We don't know. It could, but
Can I make a call
Basically-
real quick?
go for it.
Who are you trying to
Could I-
contacting?
God of the Sun, the dude who helped me start figuring out my heritage and everything.
Okay. How would you like to contact him? I'm going to do a prayer, ascending.
I'll do ascending just because that's pretty consistent.
Okay. They are outside a plane, so you'll need to roll a d20. On a 1, it will fail.
In the industry, we call it a 19, right next to a 1. I got nervous for a second.
You successfully managed to contact them. Please, what do you send? 25 words.
Hey, can you come here? Something's up with Moon. Confused. Bring cheese. I'm hungry, thanks.
Will attempt. Is the sun present in the sky?
No, but the sun reflects light off the moon.
Huh. A few moments later, you see a flicker, like a staticky television appear beside you. And you hear a voice buzzing through them, which you recognize as the God of the Sun.
Gottfried, can you hear me?
I can hear you, bro. What's up?
Something's blocking my entrance.
Yeah, the sun hasn't been here in like a couple hundred years, apparently.
Most concerning.
I'd say.
So, what do you need from me?
I mean, like Sun and Moon. I know you guys work in the same department and such. I was just wondering if you could talk to them. I have some questions regarding this moon in particular, as it is trying to eat souls. So
I will get the moon on the line.
Thank you.
And the line goes dark. Then a few moments later, like the spell Moonbeam is cast, the moon god appears. They are a figure who is very twinkly. They look almost translucent. They wear long, flowy robes. Their eyes look a little sleepy at all times. They look very placid and calm. Their hair is curly but stark white. It almost fades into the background as you look at them, but as you peer, it almost mimics like a moon in the sky.
I'm imagining the Elden Ring lady.
There's a couple of those. Which lady? Rani?
No,
Yeah.
Ronnie?
Initially I was imagining the mom, and then you said silver curly hair, and I started picturing Rani. So
Oh,
those two together.
I see you've met. I see the son said you wanted to see me.
Yes. Thank you. So this moon, I don't know if this is your moon. I don't know. I'm not really familiar with, again, this department and everything and how, like assets distribution works. But this moon eats people's souls. And that's not normal. This plane does exist, the Fey spirit of undeath. So I don't know if that ties into anything, but, you being the god of the moon and all that, just hoping you could clear some stuff up. I'm pretty sure it's not supposed to do that. If the Fey Spirit of Undeath is messing with it, how would that work? And also, magic on this plane's real fucky, and I'm pretty sure it's because of that. So,
well, hello, how are you? Nice to see you.
I'm great, thank you so much. This is a business meeting. Did you bring cheese?
That was the sun god that you asked for cheese, not the moon god.
I'm sorry.
Ever since I got blood in my brain, I've just been craving cheese.
the moon god just snaps their fingers and goes, "Look, don't tell anyone, but the moons are made of cheese." And then she hands you.
Yeah! I knew it! I knew it!
Okay, well, I'll tell you this much. This moon that you see up there is, it is a celestial body, but not quite, if that makes sense. If you were to fly up there to it, you would never reach it. It's almost like it is separated from where we are. There's a barrier, something blocking it from ever reaching it.
But it does exist corporally, but there's something infinitely creating distance between us and it.
In a sense, yes. It's not operating the same way as other moons do. Very important celestial bodies creating balance and planets and whatnot. This one is. I don't think this is their original moon.
It's been supplanted with another one?
Yes.
Well, what happened to the original then?
I don't know. I can't even read it. I don't even know. It's as if it never existed. But this place must have had one.
Would you have records of that?
I should have records, and I should be able to access them right now, but I cannot.
Would it be in rewrites?
Or how would they change something on such a fundamental level without alerting Alistair and triggering the judgment guards, whatever?
Changing something on such a fundamental level such as a moon, if they did it carefully enough and sneakily enough, you can get away with things. Alistair can't be watching at all times, and neither can his guards be watching every moon. If it's been keeping the place in check for the most part, it should be fine.
This moon is old, I'll tell you that much.
How old?
Very older than the plane itself.
So it came from somewhere else. So yeah, that is something having to do with the face spirit of undeath. But why does it have a history of dealing with moons? Again, Viara, you've been hanging out with A's. Does A's know anything about that?
About what? The face spirit of undeath or the moon?
Just does the face spirit of undeath have any ties to lunar or astral entities?
Not that we've discussed.
It's worth mentioning that I've been reading up on Fishhook in order to, best help you guys. I know you guys don't contact the other gods very much, but I like being helpful. I've read up a little bit on Fishhook and places like this. Think of this place as a symbolic religious place. Items have symbolic strength. Moons often represent gateways, portals, knowledge, things beyond our reach. Perhaps it has taken on its symbolic meaning.
So it's manifested from the ideas and beliefs of the people?
Not exactly. More like it existed, and it is taking on those attributes, like it's a creature, like it's learning.
Wait, that checks out, Godfrey, because we were talking about how the magic seems to be coming from a different source, not the contract.
And you think it's coming from the moon?
It could
That,
be.
or if it's a gateway to somewhere else, it could be coming from wherever that other place is.
This place is going to work a lot in symbols. It's important to find what these people worship and understand what their symbols actually mean. They're not just going to be metaphorical here. They're going to be close to literal. You definitely need research. I'll say that much.
Okay. When you say that, the symbols themselves are literal, means what? That the symbols themselves are either manifestations of the belief, or the symbols or the belief comes from the actual symbol. I'm confused.
Do you mean that whatever they're supposed to represent, they become?
I think it's almost like an Ouroboros situation. Some things start, and then they worship the thing for what they do, and then sometimes they just worship a thing and ascribe attributes to it, and then it takes on those attributes. It's going to be hard to find what came first, but what is important is that regardless, they do have those attributes. The end result is that whatever they worship for the reasons that they say they do. And whatever they believe probably has meaning as well. If they worship the moon for its unknowable quality, it will become unknowable. If they worship things for their strength and vigor, it will be perhaps because they are strong, or perhaps because they were given strength. But the same is the result. The symbols gain their strength regardless. So it's going to be important to find those symbols, uncover them, and perhaps put together an understanding of how they work. And the moon is clearly important to them, but that can't be the only thing they worship. Blood is important here too, right?
I think I'm cooking.
Okay.
Maybe we'll see. I might just be crazy. That's definitely a possibility.
I think that's true, but it doesn't mean that you're not right as well sometimes.
I've been right a lot. You're right.
Yeah, well.
Okay. Symbols are important, and symbols take on the meaning, or you know what I mean. Symbols have meaning oftentimes because they actually hold that power. It's not just a belief, it's an actual manifestation of that power. Or if ascribed an attribute, they often take it on if believed in. Is that
effectively, yes.
Okay. We're running another propaganda campaign.
I would be careful with running propaganda here, but you seem professional. So I'll leave you to it.
It's her entire job.
Thank you so much for your help. We may have further questions, especially regarding the moon. Would you mind looking into this some more for us with whatever
This moon
resources
is
you
very
have?
Curious, so I'll definitely be looking into it.
Thank you so much.
Keep me updated. I'd much appreciate it.
What was your name again? Sorry.
You can call me Moonlight, darling. Please give me your hands. I need to give you something.
Oh.
That you see that they reach into like a pocket in their long flowy robe, and they just take it's a little eyedropper, and they drop a little droplet in your hand and another one into Godfrey's, and they go, "All you need to do, just put that in your ear when you need to talk to me, and then I'll be here."
Oh.
Perfect.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I will.
I'm big
I will
fans
keep
of you
that on
guys, by
me.
the way.
I got fans. Hell
I
yeah.
love them.
They, with a wave, they ascend upwards into a beam of moonlight away.
Well, if belief is the main thing here, we just have to make them believe in something other than the moon. The moon is important. So is blood.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure we can co-opt that somehow.
Yeah, that's going to be tricky because I
But
think
it's different. It's different than the blood bandits because it's not spilling blood. It's the ingestion. It's the life that blood brings.
Yeah, but a lot of their beliefs come from the Church of the Eyes. So they stare at the moon, they've cut off their eyelids, they stare at the moon, and they get information that they then pass on. So, like, we would need to interrupt that chain of information and do it subtly enough that it isn't noticed.
But what if, rather than interrupting that and disrupting the chain of power already, what if we found another way to talk to the moon ourselves?
By staring at it?
You want to make?
I'm gonna cast Sending on the Moon. You know I'm ready.
One moment.
I'm standing within 10 feet of Godfrey so that if any saves are necessary.
I need to find the right music for this. One moment.
Oh
please.
my god!
It'll be great. It'll be fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about
Viari,
it.
you look at Godfried as he casts Sending. He goes limp, but he stays standing. Godfried, you feel a presence overwhelming you. You feel a grip around your waist. You feel a thumb begin to slowly press down on your head.
That's where all the blood is.
You look at the moon, and the moon unflinchingly looks back. It blinks, revealing an eye. The pupil of the eye slowly begins to serrate and become jagged as tentacles writhe outward. Godfried, what languages do you speak?
Celestial, Common, Draconic, and Goblin.
You don't understand this language.
Can I cast Comprehend Language?
Yes, you may. It speaks back.
Beautiful.
It speaks to you.
Does he know what language it is when it speaks?
I don't think so.
Oh, mine pet. You wish to know more. Go deeper.
Yeah, that's like the intent.
Stay. Stay. And
Stay where?
learn.
Godfried, I need you to make an intelligence saving throw.
You shouldn't have.
Mhm.
Intelligence. Where's my saving throws? I'm so smart. Okay, intelligence is 75. Do you have 76s? In the industry, we like to call that a 27.
You fail.
That's unfortunate for me.
Godfried?
I'm rolling low today. I rolled a 6 on my d20.
7 d6s and a 27?
I know. I rolled a 25 earlier. I rolled it like I've been rolling low so far. It's
Well,
unfortunate.
Vorum, as you stare at the moon and it begins to impart knowledge through a tentacle that pierces your skull. And in this moment, you realize that you've made a mistake. You cannot understand what you are now learning. Information is flooding your brain incomprehensible.
But I'm learning it, right?
It's in your head.
I'm retaining it.
You are retaining the information, but
Perfect. I don't need to know it right now. I can save that for later.
oh, okay. It is replacing your thoughts. Where once you could walk is now filled with eldritch knowledge. Where once you could move your arm is now replaced with knowledge. Where once you could speak is now replaced with knowledge. And when you return to your body, you find yourself currently unable to move.
That's fine. I don't need the move. I'm gonna cast encode thoughts.
Okay. What components are in Code Thoughts?
Let me check because we don't care about that.
I think he
Oh,
means
we
more. Do
care.
you have to be able to move?
I mean, components is somatic.
Like cement. Yeah, somatic.
So you try to move your hand to cast the spell, and Viari, you just see him scream.
Hold on. Are you ready? Are you ready?
Great. Thank you so much for that. We are out in the middle of the street. This is like not where I want to be with him, like freaking out like this. So I am just going to like slide up behind him, grab him like from his back, and be, Rascal, get here. No, Rascal, hide, because Rascal can't do this.
Rascal goes
And then I'm going
hides
to-
against the wall, camouflaging.
We'll be right back, and I'm going to drag him into the necklace.
Godfried, every sensation you feel is it's almost like a button gets pushed and the knowledge runs through your head instead. Rather than feeling, you instead know. Rather than touching, you know. Rather than speaking, you know. Nothing is working. It is like your entire brain has been overwritten with knowledge, but none of your previous information is there.
Before we get there, can I ping the network to watch Rascal and protect him?
Yes.
Okay.
One point, please.
Okay. I don't want to come back and find that Rascal has been kidnapped or killed. I cannot. Okay, 1 point. That brings me down to 33 at the moment. So now that I've got him into this space...
Just quick note, encode thoughts. I don't know. It just says components S. That's
somatic.
it.
That's somatic.
Somatic,
Okay.
yeah.
So that means you need to move your hand.
Al?
Yeah?
Godfrey's tried to cast Sending on the Moon and then he went crazy.
Godfried, I want you to write down in your notes 100 stacks of madness.
Me when I'm even more crazy.
Okay. So the issue, what happened? Do we know what happened?
He tried to cast Sending on the Moon and then he went crazy. He just went still and started screaming.
Okay, good. Alistair is going to cast Detect Thoughts to get the memory of what happened. Oh my god. Okay. His entire brain has been overwritten. It's like someone...
Me when the voices.
They completely cleared his brain and then replaced it with other information.
Well, do you have, like, that on file? Like a copy?
His brain? You want me to back up?
Yeah.
His brain backup? You want me to go get his brain?
Use Time Machine. Reload it. Like...
I can't time travel to reload his brain. Okay. Here's what we're gonna have to do.
No, like on Mac, the Time Machine app.
Well, we can't let him waste his time, okay? We can't let him waste what he's done for us. This is incredibly important. I'm going to extract his brain, and then we're going to kill him, and we're going to clone him. I need you to clone his brain real quick. I need you to cast clone on him with a wish or something. I need that.
Okay. Cast it. Isn't that just gonna clone this version of him?
I'm going to do things. Don't worry. We're just making sure he doesn't lose an aspect here. Okay?
Alright.
Excellent. The clone appears on the ground before you as you cast your wish. Cool. Okay. I'm going to now... You see Alistair quickly take a golden blade as he slices open the clone's brain. This is going to get really gory. I need you to just stay calm real quick, okay? Make a constitution check, and Godfrey, make an arcana check.
Check, not save.
Check.
Okay.
Oh my god! Got a 22. I rolled a 2 on my d20.
This time, this is fine actually though for you, Godfrey. Your brain begins to decode the information in your head slowly. You start learning things firsthand. I need you to. You learn it's almost archaic language. The moon sleeps and learns. It teaches of its own solitude. Chapter 6.
Could I argue that Viari sees lots of gory things because Viari kills lots of people, and could I have advantage for that?
Nope.
13.
You watch.
Third range of me.
It's a check, not a save.
Oh.
Yeah.
You watch as you try to hold it in, and then the sight of your dad cutting open Godfrey's weird skeleton skull is just kind of a lot. And you watch as you realize for a moment that's a brain inside that skull. Godfrey's head is empty. Alistair takes the brain and he goes, "This is going to be very peculiar." He grabs you, Godfrey, and he can opens you and pops it into the blood juice.
Oh
that's
my
in
god.
there. Like a sponge.
Hell yeah.
He soaks it up, puts it down on the ground, caps your head, and then he goes, "Godfrey, look away. You're not allowed to see this move." Are you going to look away?
I'm still screaming, aren't I?
You're still screaming. And Viari, are you going to look away? You're not allowed to see this one either.
Fine. What? Wait, what happens if we look? Do we get hurt?
You don't know. He just says, "No, you're not allowed."
Is this the sort of thing where I like get hurt if I don't listen?
How about you just don't? How about you listen, and then we'll figure out what that means later.
Fine.
Okay, you do, and then you hear a gunshot, and Godfrey is dead. Godfrey, in this
Maybe
moment,
when I'm fucking dead.
all of your body emerges. All of your little critters that you've collected start beginning to float up. The eye, the bloody eye, wanker, all of these different things. And then
My goobers.
your little goobers, and then like a vacuum is sucking them. They go into the other skeleton's body. And then also a single droplet of blood from the brain into you, into the new body. And you are back, Godfrey.
I immediately casted Coat Thoughts.
However, I will say none of the information from that encounter is remembered, except in this extra brain.
I cast in Coat Thoughts on the extra brain.
There you go. You pull out the coded.
Buddy, what happened?
The voices.
Okay, yep, that's really helpful. You were not good for a sec there. You went still. You went very still.
Oh, it happens.
And
It happens.
It doesn't normally, though, does it? You know,
I mean, listen.
moving.
Listen, it works. If it worked, I listen. This is the first time. No, this is the second time I've ever died. First time when I was of corporeal flesh. This first time as a skeleton. What an experience, you know? What an experience. Anyways, I'm gonna talk to my brain right now.
You cast Encode Thoughts and you pull out the thought strand. It looks really fucking weird. This does not look like it looks very different. You've used the spell before. It almost looks tangled, which shouldn't be how Encode Thoughts looks.
Do I still have 100 stacks of madness?
No, their stacks of madness have been scrubbed.
Okay. How do we cleanse stacks again? It's greater restoration, right?
If you want to cleanse all your stacks, you can cast you would have to make it take the cleanse action. Or you could potentially find another way, but it's kind of specific to the stack. If it's greater restoration.
Can I take a cleanse action on the Encode Thoughts?
I'd allow it. Sure.
Sure, I'll do that.
But I would require you to spend a spell slot. How about that? Fifth level spell slot.
Fifth level? Yeah.
Okay.
That's reasonable.
You cleanse the encoded thought, and it begins to untangle. It's gonna take some time, it seems, because this is, not how it's supposed to work. But you see it beginning to untangle. Alistair takes off your old skull and hands it to you, Gottfried, and goes, "You might want to keep that brain in here."
Like a jar?
Like a jar, yeah. Just to keep it safe. Well, I hope that is everything. Please do not do that again. And Alistair
Thanks, Al.
disappears. Oh, but before I go, Gottfried, that was an eldritch entity that you spoke to, and it nearly killed you.
We've beat Eldritch entities before. We're fine.
I don't think you have. This is new.
We'll do it eventually.
Okay. Be careful. And then he disappears.
I'll get out.
Me when I thug out the incomprehensible horror of Beyond.
I did, didn't I?
No, you died.
But I'm still here, aren't I?
Sure.
I think maybe in future we have a little bit more of a discussion before we commit to plans like that.
I thought, other vessels.
You announced it and then you did it. And
listen, I thought we were on the same wavelength, Viari. Jeez.
That's so bad. I think we should probably set up further protections, maybe so you don't die next time. That didn't work out very well. And
we got something. We got this, and we got whatever was just said.
We did, and I appreciate that. So
You're
what
welcome.
is that?
The encoded thoughts is now fully unentangled with itself. And you have to cast Detect Thoughts in order to read it. Would you like to?
Yeah.
Okay. You cast Detect Thoughts, and the information plays out. It's almost like... It's not a memory, exactly, because it's never been a memory. It's just the information and knowing. You learn the following. The moon is not this plane's moon. It's not any plane's moon. It is in its own specific plane made entirely for itself. It manifested and absorbed this plane and is now broaching contact with it. And it will stay here. It's old, but not new, but not necessarily... It's an old moon, yes, but it's been here only recently.
Recently, as in the past couple hundred years.
Probably. And also it's worth mentioning that the age of this thing is hard to pin, as planes have their own time scale.
Okay. Any other information, or that's it?
You learn a little more. Yeah, you're gonna have to do a lot of encode thoughts on this from this brain. If you want to get everything. Or you could send it off to someone else and delegate.
Nah, I should probably do that so I can save spell slots.
Okay. But you do learn more, obviously. You learn that the moon is effectively haunted. Not literally, but effectively. Something is within it, possessing it, controlling it, beyond it. There's an entity within, or perhaps intertwined with it. And you also learn that poem, "The moon sleeps and learns, it teaches of its own solitude." Chapter 6. This is a quote from the Church of Eyes, from their seminal texts. You learn that sleeps probably means something becomes dormant. Learns, this might be just an old version of it learns us. Teaches of its own solitude. That's probably speaking of its own detached placement in the world and in the cosmos. It's in its own plane, after all.
I have a thought. If the Church of the Eyes priests stare at the moon and they are possessed with this information, presumably their personalities are also wiped. They're basically effectively dead the way that you were. And so the Church of the, is it hearing or something?
It's the ears and the mouth that would work together to make to teach the
mouth.
public.
So they're probably casting in code or detect thoughts or encode thoughts or something to get this information out of them, which is how they're distributing it to the public. Could we modify memory to change what is coming out of those priests if we could get close enough to the...
How many of them are there? I have to do it on every single one.
Don't know. Not many, though.
I mean, rather than just, modifying memory, why don't we just supplant all of them?
What do you
Like
mean?
the moon did the other moon. We get rid of them somehow. We replace them with Viaris or something like that.
I worry that that's like Endgame is dealing with the moon. I feel like that's a big problem. I don't know if we're at a point where we can... You saw what I just did to you. I don't know if we can handle that at this point enough to replace
But I don't
it.
think we're supposed to replace the moon. I'm talking about the priests.
Oh, okay. Well, we know that they all are kind of known. I feel like, especially given how weird magic is, they're going to detect it.
Well,
Honestly,
then-
maybe even the modified memory won't work because of how weird magic is.
Well,
Yeah.
then why don't let's stop thinking about magic then. We can turn them. It's a church. We
I don't
know
if we can.
the church. It's corrupted.
They're being mind controlled.
Not
Like
mind
the information.
control.
No, but like the information in their heads has been replaced with stuff. I don't think they have.
Well,
I don't think
that's
they have
the
a
church of the
personality
eyes,
to
right? Not the
change.
church of the mouth and the ears.
Yeah, but
Think of it as a disinformation campaign, or like we're trying to sow discord. What if we go to the mouth, the church of the mouth, and we try and recruit them or something? You don't think so? Why?
I worry that they're too far gone to have an impact on them. I worry that we'd be putting ourselves in danger. You remember the first place we went to, where Z's was everywhere?
Yeah.
That was another situation where we couldn't take over. Like there was no way to like infiltrate the church without just causing a shitstorm. I worry that it's going to be another situation like that. I don't think we're dealing with a billion simulacrums here, but I do worry that like a higher power has so much influence that would fail. if we're not more subtle. I don't think that they have minds of their own to turn in a way. Like, I think the influence is probably.
I might just be confused. I thought that it was the Church of the Eyes that were the only ones that communed and were in touch with the moon, and then the ears and then the mouth had to interpret what that meant.
Well,
Yes,
I
and
think
they
it's
speak to the
something
public.
like that, but I also do kind of think that they're all a little bit crazy, especially because they all take the blood, and they're all.
I think
Worshipping
it's
the
also
moon?
worth mentioning that there's probably a good portion that are just in love with the power they have.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Is the church is inherently corrupt. What if the blood? You're on something there with the blood. The blood, Viari. What? Where does the blood come from again?
The monsters, the things that get hunted,
You don't have a
the beasts.
I will say you guys are not entirely confident. I think this information's been like hunters can take blood from monsters. The church has never really released where it got the blood, other than from an otherworldly presence.
Oh, didn't we get confirmation that that otherworldly presence was the Undying, the Fae of Undeath, or whatever?
Yes, you guys did. Sorry, it sounded like you were talking about what the church was saying. The church was saying that it comes from an otherworldly presence. You guys know that the original blood came from the Fae spirit of Undeath.
Giving it to
okay.
people, it turned the beasts, and now they produce the blood as well.
And now the hunters will take that blood and inject it with themselves. The citizens will avoid it. Citizens go directly to the church for blood administration.
What if we tried to get a monopoly on the blood? We control the blood, we control the masses, we control the people. Because from what you're saying, and what you've gathered, it doesn't sound like an information campaign is going to work here.
Mm-hmm. I do think that there's information to be gathered here. And I like where you're going with, like, if we can change what they think of this being, will it change the being? Like, testing that theory is super compelling. I just don't know that we can do it easily by just, like, changing people's minds in the traditional way, you know? Like, I wonder if we need to infect the system.
How would we do that? It's
sort of similar to what I was saying before about, like, planting thoughts or planting information that then gets passed down or something. Like,
well, again, how would we do that if we can't supplant the churches?
do you mean replace the priests?
Yeah,
If
or
we
like,
can't
or
replace the
even,
priest.
or deceive
Well-
them, because you're saying they're connected. If we can't change their minds, if we can't trick them, if we can't use magic, how can we start that trickle down effect then? That's what I'm most concerned about now.
Mm-hmm. Well,
It sounds like you kids need more information. You guys don't have enough cards yet to make the play.
How can we grab this information then? VR, you're more familiar. You killed hunters to get these uniforms, right?
yeah.
Do they keep track of every individual hunter?
Don't know.
We could have Viaris and Milakans infiltrate as hunters. See if we can gather information either about the churches or about where the blood comes from.
Mm-hmm.
I think Charlie's right. We have to scout out first. So you take the lead on this.
Okay.
I think
I want it to be known that for all of the uniforms, I prestidigitated the fuck out of them so that they were absolutely spotless, and then re-soiled them with less disgusting means.
That's funny.
I
Sorry, what was Charlie gonna say?
I will say, that from what I've been reading on the debriefs with Alistair and whatnot, if you guys want information, the church is obviously the place to go, right? Good idea. You're gonna want to steal their text, all right? There's the stuff that they release to the public, as well as the things that the Church of Hearing writes down, okay? Because it's clear to me that there's 2 points where information happens. There's the injection of information to the eyes.
Mm-hmm.
The eye, then that goes to the ears. And then the ears give that to the mouth. And then the mouth speaks for the church. At some point, eyes to ears is probably where there's no misinformation. Ears to mouth is where there's probably misinformation. And the mouth to public is where there's the most. So you need to get 2 pieces of text. What the public gets and what the ears get. Because you can't talk to the eyes, probably. The eyes are locked up. They're very secretive. Nobody even fucking knows where they are. They just know that they have a good view of the sky. But the ears, they have offices where they write things down, and then they have meetings with the mouth, so they must know. And if you find a member of the ears, you'll know where the eyes are, too.
Okay.
But before you do
guess-
anything, you need information.
Do we think Little Al has learned anything?
You can check up on him.
Do we want to work with Little Al?
We might as well. Like, yeah, like he's like a fucking narc, but like what else are we gonna do? Not utilize a very powerful resource at our disposal? We'd be idiots not to. And yes,
That's
we are
right.
idiots, but like, listen, right now we need to lock the fuck in.
And
We also, I also want to figure out where Beatrice is and what's going on there. I heard anything from the V Army? Any inklings?
the V Army has not given you any information. It's still the first day.
Oh, okay.
It's still day one.
They're still okay. So they're just gathering information, trying to figure out where she might be, what she might be doing. Okay. All right. I don't necessarily think that she's got her hands in the Eldritch being thing. Fuck, she might. Who knows? But
Well, that's what she was trying to do, bring an Eldritch being to the playing field, right?
Yes, you
I
guys
thought-
do know that her plan, you do know that her plan was to kind of just to destabilize things so that she could swoop in last minute and take the win.
This might be it. This might be it here. This might be the seeds that started.
you think she brought in do you think she brought in the Eldritch being?
I don't think she brought it in. I think she nudged it in this direction. And I don't think she's here. I think she's hands off trying to get us to do her dirty work for her. I think we need to be careful. I think the greatest course of action is to not fight the moon, but make sure it never gets here. It's told me that it's slowly merging this dimension into itself. So we need to figure out how to pause that or stop it completely or separate the two. Like how that Eldritch being you took over its space. Maybe we can do that here.
That's So okay. That was a face spirit who I stole dreams from.
Who was eldritch and a little unknowable in that way, but is not in the same way. It's a little different.
Yeah. But honestly, dreams wouldn't be a bad idea in terms of spreading and gathering information. But the people here don't sleep. Do you think we can get them to sleep?
Wait, they don't sleep?
They don't sleep
What?
ever.
They're people. They have to sleep.
No. Someone said that something fucky happens when they try to sleep.
The heretic told you guys that every time.
Well, the heretic's dead, right? That's why he can't sleep.
Well, no. So the heretic. So you guys spoke to him a little bit about this. He didn't give you as much information, but like he'd be more than willing to give this stuff to you. The thing with the heretic is that he goes to sleep. He only shows up on nights of the hunts. He spends the day sleeping in the graveyard. However,
But now that it's always night, he can't sleep.
he can't sleep. However, the trigger for him going to sleep is when every other citizen is asleep. He's like Santa Claus. So once everybody else in the city has gone to bed, or at least is trying to sleep, he goes to the graveyard because then he knows the night is over and everybody is safe. However, that hasn't been able to happen because the citizens haven't been sleeping. The citizens have not been going to bed. And they found that when they do go to sleep, they either go insane, turn into a beast, or just don't wake
But
up.
I thought the citizens didn't consume blood. I thought the blood is what turned people into beasts.
The citizens don't consume the blood from the beasts, but they get it administered by the church. And you can also purchase it. It's like alcohol here.
If we want to use dreams to do anything here, we should probably figure out a way to make sleeping safe.
Well, that has to do with the moon. That circles back to our top problem.
But we probably need information on what happens when people sleep, like the experience of what happens when people sleep.
Are you like? Do we want to try and go to bed?
Yes.
Okay, you're
All right.
up. I talked to the moon. It's your turn now.
All right, we should find a spot because I don't want to leave the kid out there just like in the street, you know.
Why not?
I did promise his dad that I would supervise. I would take care like of it. He's from Warlock. It's important to me that he's safe. I don't like the look on Offbeat's face right now. Please tell me he's safe.
Go out and check.
Okay.
We have the VRs.
All right, let's just go check on him real quick, and then we'll figure out what's going on here. We'll hop out of the necklace.
As you hop out of the necklace, you see that there is about 10 dead bodies surrounding him. As there is blood dripping off of him, he has suffered major wounds and has been serrated on his arms. He's bleeding out heavily. However, all the hunters are dead and have been gnawed to pieces, and he is currently busy tearing off the head of one of them, trying to eat them.
What happened? And I'm going to turn to a simulacrum.
Well, Gottfried was screaming, so a bunch of hunters came, and then, well, he just popped out of hiding and started tearing them apart.
I ordered you to protect him.
I didn't want... He's safe. He's protected.
He's injured.
Did you want him uninjured, or did you want him protected?
Both.
Protected implies not getting injured. You're better than this, okay?
There's hundreds of hunters coming their way right now.
You've done better before. You've done better before.
It's an ongoing situation.
That you didn't alert us about. You're better than this.
Okay, well, guess what? It's happening. He's safe. The hunters are fended off.
He's not safe. He's alive.
My apologies, then. He's alive. And the hunters...
That's not what we asked for.
Do you want the rest of the information, or do you want to keep interrupting me?
You know, maybe I'd listen to you, but, you know, I'm not going to because
all
you
right,
can't
fine. I guess I will go.
You listen to them. VR, you listen to them.
Oh my god.
They're gone.
Hey, Rascal. I'm so sorry this happened. Are you okay?
More blood. Give me more. Feed my more blood.
Let's...
You need, like, insulin or something?
He continues to chew on the hunters and eat them.
Rascal, we've got to get out of here in case more hunters come.
Okay. Fine. Where do we go?
Are you going to be okay? Are you going to heal up?
Yes. Need a break.
Okay.
Can I jump in necklace like you did?
It didn't work.
Alright. No.
Here, I'll give you a piggyback.
Okay. You see that
Can
he
you make
turns
yourself
back
small
into
again?
his small self. He's got some pretty bad cuts and is bleeding out, but you see that they're knitting together rather quickly, and he jumps onto your back. And at this point in time, you start hearing the sounds of fighting breaking out all over the city, as a bit of a small-scale riot has begun to happen, as hunters try to descend on your location. And this is where we'll go to break. So thank you all so much for watching the first half of PP Game. I will get back to you all in like 15 minutes. So go to the bathroom, go get some food, go get some water, and I'll see you all then. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Paperwork Pantheon. I am your host, your Dungeon Master, Offbeat Outlaw. Where we left off, Godfrey went insane. They fixed that. They came out. Poor little
I fucked it out. I got better.
He got better. Poor little rascal had fended himself off from about 10 hunters, and the V-Army network is in the midst of a major scrap and altercation with the church hunters, who are hot on their trail after Godfried let out an incredibly loud screech upon his mind being rendered useless.
You when my mind is rendered useless.
Me when I fall asleep first at the slumber party and my brain gets overwritten. But now you guys are on the run. What do you do?
I think I was giving the kid a piggyback, right?
Yes.
Rascal. Rascal, do you know where we could go to get out of the way safely and quickly?
Safely is gonna be hard in conjunction with quickly. It's best if you find a house, get inside, make sure all the occupants are dead, and then stay in there while we got this cool down.
All right, come on then. Let's do that.
Okay.
And we're going to... I'm just going to have the network, like the army network. Presumably they have scoped, they have been like in this area watching or whatever. Like, do they have a recommended house?
At this point, they are all very involved in fighting off this church assault that's happening on your location. It might cost a V-Army point. It might cost. I'm going to ask for a do a thing V-Army point in order to find a house that is suitable for you all.
Okay. When you say a do a thing V-Army point, do you mean it's going to cost 1 point, or do you mean
3.
it's going to cost?
It's gonna cost.
Okay,
3.
yeah.
I'm gonna have to ask you to
All
do a
right.
thing, please.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So I'll spend the 3 V-Army points to get them to show us to a safe house. And we can get there fairly quickly and easily.
A contingent of V-Armies shows up, about 10 total. They show up and they begin leading you through this maze network of houses. The warrens are built incredibly close together. It seems this is definitely part of the town that was built quickly and with lower income. The buildings on top of buildings on top of buildings. You see that there are several like a 3.5 housing, which is literally like a floor cut in half with a floor above it. That is a real thing, by the way, in 1800s France.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like that I've heard of this before. Also, I didn't mean to tell you that we just go there quickly and easily. I meant to say that we should be able to like stealth because of the invisibility. That did not come out properly.
Me when I say completely different things.
In my head, I was thinking of like, oh yeah, we should be able to just become invisible and stealth it to get there, and like I want to get there quickly, but like that's not how
That's not how words work, and it's fine. But you do arrive quickly and safely, as was described to me. And
Sorry.
As you arrive at the house, the V-Armies tell you to wait outside briefly. They go inside, and you hear several loud Eldritch blasts as the flashes of light occur inside. And you see a V-Army open the door and gesture you in as you guys go to hide.
Who did this belong to? Who was in here?
Just some beasts.
All right, that's good.
As you guys arrive inside, you guys will quickly lock the doors, close your blinds and windows, light some candles.
All right, I immediately get to tending to Rascal. All right, so
At this point, Rascal is fully healed.
okay, Rascal,
You see him sucking on a bone.
this was on me. Next time, if we need to jump into the necklace and leave you out, I want you to grab the necklace, because we can see within 10 feet out of what's happening, so you don't have to actively alert us for us to know what's happening.
Okay.
Alright, cool.
Don't worry, I get injured all the time.
I don't want to put you in situations where you need to get injured or where that's a risk. At least not without us helping.
Sound like my dad, but whatever, it's fine.
Okay, maybe your parents care about you, you know? Maybe they love you or whatever.
Yeah, I love them. I just also, I know I'm 3 feet tall, but I'm capable. I can turn into a giant wolf. Can you do that?
You are capable. I cannot.
Technically, we can.
Well, actually, I can, but I wasn't gonna.
Okay, well, maybe you can turn into a giant wolf, but it's pretty fucking cool, and I like it.
It is. And also, I can't do it as easily as you do it. It's expensive for me to do it.
Wait, expensive. Mine's just painful.
Axe.
Oh, mine costs like a 9th level spell.
Blinks at you with a complete lack of understanding of what you just told him.
It's very high level magic if I want to do it.
Oh, I can cast high level spells then.
That's
Yes, you
not
can, bud.
how
Yes, you
spells
can.
work.
Shush,
But
shush,
you
shush,
can do
shush,
cool
shush,
stuff.
shush,
You
shush,
know
shush,
what? Godfrey, I'm gonna turn you into a chair. All right. No.
Oh no! I just died.
As you look
Sorry.
around, as you look around the room, this room looks recently lived in. You see the dispatched beasts. They were clearly recently turned. Seemed like just a single couple living in here. The man's arms at this point distended, his spine elongated, legs, ankles heightened up so it looked more canine. The woman's all the same. Looked like they couldn't escape from their own house where they trapped themselves in. As you look to the door, and it is rife with claw marks.
Actually, be them.
Yeah. Well, all right. We need to lie low until this commotion has gone down and everything is, calm enough for us to get in. We want to get into the church city part, the Vatican.
I mean, I feel like you should scout ahead. I don't think we should go.
Okay. Yeah, we can send some simulacrums in. I want to see how the information is distributed to the people. I want to see how the Church of the Mouth is telling people, giving them, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
How it's being received.
At this
I
point
need
in
to know
time, you hear
more
a
about the
loud banging on your
distribution.
door. Hello?
I got this. Who is it?
You open this bloody door right now. I know you're in there, Godfried and Viari.
Oh, it's the narc. What's up, bud?
Open the door.
I'm gonna slide the little thing open. What's the password?
The password is I have important information that concerns the duty of our mission.
That's the right password. Open the door.
He quickly scuttles in.
What's up, bud? How you doing?
This place is mad.
Yeah, I spoke to the moon.
You shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
It is insane.
Oh, I died. Yeah.
Yeah.
I see you got better, though. Congratulations.
Obviously. Thank you.
The church city is impenetrable from the front door. I banged on it very loudly and asked them to let me in. And then I blew it up. And then they killed me. But then I came back.
You got better.
I was unaware they would try to kill me.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I would suggest a different entrance ingress if you would like to find your way inside.
We were gonna
How
follow
did they kill you?
something.
You're all powerful here, aren't you?
They caught me unawares. I attempted to shake hands with them, and then they sliced it off. And then, when all diplomatic relations had ceased, I decided to let them kill me so I could get the jump on them and incinerate their corpses. Which I did. There is now a burning pyre out front.
Okay, that explains how extreme the reaction was when, to Godfrey's screams, they were already fucked up because of you.
Listen, bud. I like that style. We do gotta lay low a little bit, though. Okay, we don't want to be announcing us in a big pyre of burning people and banging on the front door. It's a little too loud.
Should
Yeah.
I
I
remove
know-
the burning pyre?
No, just leave it for now.
Okay.
Although this might work to our advantage, actually.
Just consider that Beatrice is going to always know what you're up to if you're not subtle.
She's going to know what I'm up to regardless, so I'm just
I'm
running with that
cooking.
information.
I'm cooking. Give me a moment.
Speed is important. Swiftness important. Cunning, decisive action important.
Did anyone see you?
Yes, many people did. I killed them.
Did you kill every single person that saw you?
Yes. Sorry, I killed
100%.
somebody.
You're 100% sure you killed everyone that saw you.
If I saw someone, I killed them.
If you saw them, you killed them.
And if
Can I cast scrying on like? I don't. There's no particular person I can cast scrying on. I wish I could like go see the general area and like listen in. I'm gonna send Wanker to do that. What am I talking about?
Oh, I can send Charlie because I don't think Wanker.
Yes,
can
no, you have
communicate
the
within
warlock
100
thing,
feet,
yeah,
but
go
I
do that.
can't. Yeah. I can send Charlie.
One sec. I just want to see something quickly. Scrying has to be a creature. Yeah. Okay. Okay, you go and send. Charlie goes. All right, I'll go give it a check. It's been
Thank
a while.
you.
You can also, your V Army should be able to give you some information. Just give them some time to do it, unless you want to spend some V Army points.
That's valid, but also Charlie doesn't get to go out in the field very much.
Yeah, you kind of.
I took this specific invocation, and I've never used
You
it.
replaced him with the V Army.
Oh, he's my lawyer. He's got other work to do.
He goes out and he'll come back in a bit. Well, I can say this much. If people see me, I typically see them. I then go and kill them. I broke into several houses and murdered people on the way here. But I should warn you,
Alright.
there is something happening with their corpses. They may not be coming back to life, but the beasts don't stay down. They get worse. Every time you kill them, it's like they grow. What is this little rascal doing here? Who is it?
Okay, first of all,
Rascal.
his name is Rascal. Second
Jolly
of all,
good, what a descriptive
you
name.
be nice to him. He's my warlock.
No, he's not. He hasn't
Yes,
signed
he is.
He hasn't signed a contract, has he?
He has.
Wait, did he actually? I thought only Heretic signed the contract. I thought he didn't let them
No,
sign.
he had. He signed. They both signed it, but he wasn't allowed to do magic yet.
Okay. Sorry, I got confused.
That's what I thought happened. They both signed it, but like
I do
he
want to go
wasn't
back
allowed
and
to
check because I want to
Okay.
make sure. It doesn't matter really right now. I just want to go back and check because it will matter later. Well, either way, it seems like I wasn't mean to him. I just called him a rascal, and that is in fact his name, so I was correct. Anyway,
do. Okay, all right. You're giving off old truth vibes, which is not great. We need to work together, and I think that maybe some different communication styles might be necessary here.
We do gotta remember he was basically born yesterday.
He was, but that doesn't mean he needs to act like it.
I think it actually justifies that. Actually.
I'm a baby.
Hey, don't say that. Step one.
Okay.
He leans down by completely bending his back to look over at Rascal. Are you a child? Yeah. What do you know about the beasts of the city? I eat them. This is good news.
Facts.
I will go and eat the beasts that I slay from
No.
henceforth.
No.
Why
no.
not?
Because you are not Rascal, and different people do different things.
Yeah.
Are you saying I could
Also, chat
be
pointed
Rascal?
out that Rascal has
I'm
the
saying
token
you
of the
shouldn't
truth.
be Rascal because Rascal is already Rascal, and you are Captain Nib.
Twitches at the name.
Hey, listen, you asked for the captain title.
Thank you. I do think that there is
Alright.
something here to the nature of complete destruction that consuming flesh gives. If the beasts come back, but they don't come back in his stomach or his teeth or something in between there destroys them completely. I suggest
Why not
investigating.
just like fire? Like I understand like the sentiment of eating, but like why not just like burn them?
Yeah, what happened when
Burning.
you set them in the pyre? Did they come back?
You're right, they didn't come back. That's an astute observation. Perhaps you all are very smart. This is useful.
My intelligence is pretty high, so yeah.
Maybe I'll burn more.
Not yet.
Oh.
I have a plan. So
Explain your plan, and if I don't like it, I will leave.
I need to wait. I need to wait for Charlie to come back. I need to hear from him.
How long will that take?
As long as it needs to. Have patience. Step 1 in being a person.
Mr. Nib.
Captain.
Captain Nib.
Thank you.
Listen.
I am. Always.
We have some I have some concerns about if you go meddling too deeply in this. We've discovered that the moon is effectively possessed by an eldritch being or entity or whatever. So that is outside the realms of the contract and the contract's power. We don't know how that would affect you exactly.
That is unholy.
That's very dangerous. That is dangerous. And you need to be aware of that and be concerned about what that might do to you, because we don't need you getting all corrupted and fucky, right?
How did you contact the moon?
Ascending.
Don't you do that.
I will not cast sending on the moon. But it should be destroyed. I will investigate on how to destroy the moon.
We have Moonlight looking into that.
Oh, jolly good. They were always very capable.
Yeah, okay. That was not a reaction to Moonlight's capability. It's more, you could be working with us.
I could.
All right.
I am. Why am I not? Am I not working with you right now? I thought I was.
Well, you kind of just ran off earlier, but it's fine.
And I got us valuable information.
Thank you so much, Captain Nibs. So, from here on out, we want to be more subtle, right? They know something is up. The church knows something is up. They know that some powerful entity that looks like you has broken in and killed a bunch of them, and that
we
is
don't
bad.
know that yet. We need to make sure that someone saw him.
I also did
I
not
think I'm
look like-
cooking.
I also did
What did you
not
look like?
I picked the nearest person I could see and became them. I killed them and
Damn it!
became their body.
That ruins my plans a little bit.
What was your
Okay,
plans?
can you turn into that person real quick?
They turn into a church hunter.
Okay, can you get a Viari over here to copy that real quick and just like write this down?
All right.
Thank you.
Oh.
VR is already in the room with you guys.
Perfect. Can you just like shape polymorph into that real quick and just stay like that? Thank you, Captain Nib.
They can alt itself at will.
Yeah, thank you. I forgot. That's
They
my
do.
bad.
Yeah.
They do that. What is your plan, Gottfried?
Well, if burning the beasts kills them or stops from coming back, and you murdered a bunch of people and burned their bodies,
Oh, is that
maybe
they were church
maybe
hunters?
church hunters, yes,
They were
but they
this
consumed the blood.
They were just close. Something you may have learned already. Something I found when I was dissecting their bodies with my cane. They are this close to becoming beasts already.
Exactly. We could create a symbol surrounding about that the beasts cannot exist anymore. And through fire and brimstone, we will cleanse this world of the beasts.
I do believe this is
Maybe
really
we
a doctrine of the church.
But they don't do it efficiently nor well. The people that cleanse are the people who are turning into beasts, aren't they? They're heretics. Aren't they? Maybe. We can twist it that way.
Did you find any doctrine from the church while you were out there? Did you find any books, any information on what
Yes.
exactly is being taught?
Reaches inside his pocket and he pulls out tracts, which are like strips of scripture. And he pulls out about a whole bag full of tracts. I took these off the bodies before I burned them. And he dumps them on the ground.
Thank you. Oh, this has just made my day. Maybe you are all right to have around after all. Great. All right. I'm going to call some simulacrums over and be like, we're going to sort these. We're going to get these into a useful order and learn everything that they say. This is exactly what I wanted. You don't normally give me gifts, little Al. And then I'm going to sit down and start sifting through.
Not normally, never. I've never given you a gift. Why would I give you a gift?
I know. You should set a new precedent. Because
know
we're
you.
family, Al.
Anyway, I do believe I must get going. I have more work to do.
What?
I have to scout out an entrance to the church, don't I?
Well, wait for Sir Charlie to come back. I want to hear what... That's what being a person is.
Well, you can help me sort through these. Don't destroy any of them.
He snaps his fingers and they're sorted. Already done.
Hey, you're efficient. Awesome. Now we're going to learn about what courtesy is.
Sit there and count the grains of dust in this house, and then recount them when you're done.
482,565,000.
And again.
482,565,000.
And again. Just keep doing it.
482,565,000.
Charlie,
Count
back
one
up.
every second.
He continues to do this because you've told him to do it. Charlie comes back about an hour later, so you guys get a short rest if you want.
I'm gonna use that to get back on my spell slots using my wizard ability.
All right. Scouted the whole area. God, you don't use me enough in the field anymore, kid. I'm getting fat.
Do you want to be used in the field more?
Yes, please. Oh my goodness.
Last time I asked you to do it, you told me you didn't want to do it because it sounded dangerous.
No, yeah, they were trying to
That's
send me-
actually true. That is actually
That was a
true.
military compound, not a city. Either way, point being, I'm pretty sure that he actually did kill everybody. It's kind of bloody out there. There's a...
Wait,
Did you overhear anyone talk about what happened?
I'm not gonna lie, the church hunters all seem a little bit tapped, but I think they're this close to going crazy.
Okay. I have an idea. This could work.
Most of the church hunters are muttering to themselves. I think, I think it's the tracts, right? You guys found those? I think they're just muttering those words to themselves to barely keep themselves sane at this point.
So, okay, what happens if... how does the church gather new hunters? Do they just get citizens to join the church? Like, how are they replacing their numbers?
Well, citizens can take up from what I found, he takes out like a couple of the tracts himself. Just pick these up on the ground. If you look around, they're peeled everywhere. From what I can tell, as long as you take the oath, you're a hunter. It's like a noble thing. It's a volunteer position. People just show up and become hunters. The more you become a hunter, eventually you can go up there. They give you your vial so you can hunt the beasts more effectively, so you can take their blood and get good and whatever. But it's volunteered. It's a volunteer force. At least the church hunters are.
So, what happens if you're saying all the hunters are like a hair's breadth away from going insane? What happens if they all go insane all at once?
Probably unlikely
All
to
close
happen.
together.
Probably not all at once, but from what I can tell, there's mention of an incident. Something about the Undercity. The purge of the Undercity. It was this great event. It was supposedly the great event of cleansing, sign of the divine right or whatever. I don't know. It's on this one.
I'm going to take it.
And it
Does
reads,
this mean that there's an actual city underneath this one?
Probably deep.
And what it reads is, the Undercity, hidden by light and the benevolence of the moon. Its filth has rotted our roots. We can no longer sustain its rising filth. Fire rises, so we must go lower. Burn the filth from the ground up. Cleanse it. Something happened in the Undercity, clearly.
Godfrey, do you want to go on an excavation job?
Like, what's going on down there?
Don't know, but I want to see what this place is.
Okay. Let's put together an itemized list of things that we need to do.
We need to go into the Vatican and see how they're distributing information so that we can set up some sort of way to sort of infiltrate that, infect that. We need to see the Undercity, see what's down there so that we know, have a bit more information with what we're working with and what's just around us. I would also like to see if we can find a way to get people to sleep, because I feel like being able to infiltrate people's dreams is going to be super useful.
Sounds like
But the two places we need to go.
Sounds like you need an entrance to the church. I will find it immediately. And,
That's not what any of that was.
This is slow.
It's methodical. You act on your impulses, on what's most efficient, and obviously, you've caused quite a scene already. Fortunately, you're strong enough to fight off these hunters currently, but what if something stronger comes along? Now, don't say, I'll kill them, because of course you'll try. But we have to be patient, Captain, because if we're not, we make mistakes, and one day, you may not think you will, but you will make a mistake. And I'm just trying to look out for you now. Because your best interest is our best interest. Your health is our health. Do you understand that?
make a persuasion check.
Okay, please. Anything higher than a 10 on my d20. I swear to God. I swear to God. Where is my numbers? I can read. Yippee. Where's the number? It's 7, right?
Are you proficient with the check?
In persuasion?
Yes.
I get advantage.
Okay, so you've got no proficiency?
No.
Okay, so then that's going to be in no proficiency is going to be the so first row of orange, no proficiency is the
Okay, cool. Okay, so I get 2.
Yes.
And then I just roll twice with advantage, right?
Yes.
Okay, let's try. Oh my god, okay, that's a 17. And then number 2, anything higher than a 10 on the d20. Oh my god, it's a 15, so 17.
You
I
rolled
cry.
2d6. Damn.
Yeah.
He looks at you.
Hold on, could I cast skill expert on myself? Well, that's not the spell. What's the spell?
Borrowed knowledge to get proficiency?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Then you can do the proficiency roll, which will be plus.
Which will be plus 5.
Yeah, so that'll be. So what's your charisma?
Our
Sorry.
proficiency bonus is currently +8, isn't it?
Yeah, it's +8. What's your charisma bonus?
My charisma bonus on my D&D sheet is plus 5.
+5, +8, so that's 13. Divide by 3, so that should be 4d6s.
46, okay. Anything higher than, oh thank god, it's a 24. I got a 12, and then I got a 2, a 3, and a 5. What is wrong with my dice today?
It's been a rough game. It's okay. It happens.
At least it's not combat, thank god.
Yeah, he looks at Little Al looks at you and goes, "I will give you 10 more minutes. But then we must find an entrance to the Vatican, to the church city. 10 minutes." And he sits back down.
Itemized list. Church. Undercity. Sleep. I'm gonna tack on one thing at the end, which is my idea that's brewing.
Can I get can I get some like loose details of the idea that's brewing?
Someone just murdered. How many hunters, Captain Nib?
Roughly 300.
300 people and burned them all in a pyre for everyone to see. That's a symbol. That's a message. Hey, Charlie, Wenka, can you do something for me?
I can do something for you, but I'm not working with Wanker, okay? Just not today. He's a little
You don't need to work together. I just need you to go do something.
I work for free.
Viari, can you put together a message real quick about how the church has not been doing its job, so we are going to take it into our own hands. Something like that.
Yeah. Gotcha.
We? Who's the we? You need a symbol.
A flame and a drop of blood.
That might already be a symbol.
Then a flame and a skull.
Why don't we just take blue flame?
Let's do that. A blue flame and a skull.
I feel like Ace has a bunch of powders and stuff that like can change the color of the fire, so we can like make it a thing.
Let's do it. And then we need to make as many of these as possible. I'm gonna have Wanker and Charlie. What?
But if we made it the sign for blue target?
It's blue. It's a blue circle with a blue circle, and there's a little skull in the middle. Welcome to Blue Target.
The
Perfect.
things I put up with.
Make it Blue Target.
I'm writing it
On
down.
fire as well, or no?
All right, we're gonna, and then I'm going to. I can't really copy these, can I? Can I get a bunch of Viaris to do this as well? So we have a bunch, and then we can scatter them all over the city, and then.
You would need the
To like
materials.
put up the.
You'd need the materials of the
graffiti.
wood. So what you'd need to you'd need to find like paper or if you guys have a decent number of tracts currently. If you pulpify those.
That's a great idea. Write it over the tracks. We're writing over the church. We're over.
Yeah, and spread these.
Yeah. Do that.
Okay, you guys have a couple of those already. So you guys start doing that.
Mr. Nib, can you help us with this? I assume, you being all-knowing, you know about the power of symbols in this world.
I can help. But I must state, every second I am not acting is a second Beatrice gets one over on us.
You are acting, though. You're assisting in this plan. We want to try and help people, which I know might not be in your prerogative, but is in ours. And in helping us, you are helping yourself. We're helping the people of this plane restore faith and order. Order. Is that not what you are about? That's not what you are made from? The very fabric of your being is order?
What would you have me do?
I would have you help us write these. To establish a symbol of hope and order in this discord of plane.
Fine. I will help.
Thank you.
Then I must, and I repeat, I must find an entrance to the church
Good.
city.
You will do that. Keep us updated. But right now, we need your assistance. For this spreading word will help the people of this plane.
All
and
right.
that, at its core, is what is important.
Viari, I need to bounce ideas off of you.
Okay.
So,
I also want to just give him a necklace and be like, and if you do go find an entrance or whatever, I want you keeping in contact with the Viami and me. Keep us in the loop. We can't help you if we don't know what you're doing.
make a persuasion check.
Because I said we can't help you if we don't know what you're doing, and we're not really interested in helping him so much as helping our own.
Well, speak for yourself.
cause.
Okay, listen, I don't want this
Helping
motherfucker to
our
mess up
own
what we got
cause.
going on, okay?
Helping our own cause. Could I make it a deception check?
You are trying to convince him to do something.
Okay,
That is
fine.
persuasion.
It was worth a shot.
I like your words, Magic Man, but no.
I can't have this guy fucking up what we got. I'm trying to make sure we can keep track of him.
That is so valid. It's not like I don't want to... Oh, 26. It's not like I don't want him to help with... To help, like, what he's... When he's serving our causes, it's like not like I don't want to help that.
Yeah.
But we do have different overall goals.
I will give you one daily update at dawn. You will find it delivered to your doorstep in a notarized letter with my perfect stationery.
That, and also immediate information in case of an emergency or urgent update.
If I find something that is immediately threatening to your life, I will let you know.
Or yours.
Or the mission. Or your life.
Or the mission. Or my life.
Or Rascal.
Who the fuck is Oh, right.
The child.
Being a warlock of yours is dangerous. I will have you know.
Being
I'm
us is
aware,
dangerous
that's why
too.
I want to keep him protected. Wait, of me specifically?
His demeanor changes very quickly, and he sits down and he goes, "You have a target on your back. I know you don't know this exactly. You are the daughter of Alistair. You are very valuable. And your enemies know this. That right there, I know you see it as a friend, an ally, potentially, even someone more, a brother, family member. But that's not how the enemy sees that. They see that child there as leverage, for which they will break your arm. By merely being your warlock and affiliating with you, there is more danger. That's all I wanted to state. This whole situation is dangerous to that little child's life."
Understood.
Excellent. Now, I've written your tracts that you might want. I've written in a similar poetry and prose style of the fishhook vernacular.
Thank you.
It reads the following. The blue... Can we please find a thing? What's more poetic than target? I don't want to be called the blue target.
Just call it the Church of the Blue Flame. And when I mean blue flame, I mean flaming discounts at Blue Target.
How about the azure fire?
Azure Flame.
And when I say flame, I mean flaming deals at Blue Target.
The flame. Azure. Alright. The burning pyre of light from earth, may we cleanse. The azure flame, your deliverance. The flame, your safety. I say we deliver that to every doorstep we can.
Yeah, sounds good.
And it's like the symbol is like watermarked over
Stamped and notarized.
like the papers.
And
Great.
at the bottom there is the symbol as well. It looks garish, so I've added some embellishments to make it not look so out of place.
Works for me. I love the Gothic noir style. Times New Roman, great font.
1990s.
I forgot about that joke. God, I'm funny.
I'll never forget.
So
Too
good.
soon? Not yet.
God, I'm funny.
With that, all of the envelopes fold up into all these tracts fold up. And they're being handed out to the VREs, who will then hand them out to the other VREs.
Oh, Charlie Wenker, can you go like sprinkle like blue, like blast powder onto the big mound of people to make it blue?
I'll go
Really
raid
get that.
Ace's workshop. We're gonna need
Yeah,
some.
really get that, like hammer home the blue.
All right. Come on, wanker. Fuck you,
Make sure there's an
bitch.
audience if you can.
Do we want an audience?
To see the flames turn blue.
I mean, I'm sure there's people around.
I'll see what I can do.
And Charlie and Wanker fly off into the night.
So we've basically just created the idea in these people's heads that there is some kind of like terrorist or revolutionary group.
Kind of. Yeah, basically, if you put it into those terms, yeah. The church has done nothing to stop these beasts. And the azure flame is meant to do the church job for it. It's like, the system is working. It's not like the system is broken. It's that the system is working as intended, and the system needs to be destroyed altogether. That's kind of what we're getting at with this azure flame. It's like the system needs to come down. They've done nothing to protect us, and we keep turning into beasts. Our friends, our families murdered in the street. No more. Burn them all, so the flesh may not become corrupted. Like that. Like that kind of rhetoric is what we're trying to spread. Very much anti-establishment, anti-government, Chicago down.
As you guys are saying this, you guys hear a knock at your door. At this point in time as well, you notice that Little Al is gone. He left without you guys noticing.
Do we have any... Can I ping the network to see... Because presumably they're still around, still scouting, that kind of thing, to see who it is? Do they have eyes on the house?
They say... unfamiliar. Looks sane.
I'm gonna go to the door. Who is it?
Oh, sorry. I saw some people. The lights are on. Just making sure, checking you're all right. My hunter. So
Yes.
everyone's safe in here.
Is it safe in here?
Yeah. No monsters.
No monsters. No, very safe.
Uh-huh. Miss Eldergoss, do you have a cold?
Yes.
Do you mind if I come in? Just want to make sure. Check everything out.
We got rid of the bodies already, didn't we?
They're stashed, but... you guys don't necessarily know what they looked like before they turned.
I got an idea.
Viari, I need you to prepare to cast Modify Memory.
I don't think it covers more than like 10 minutes at a time, Gottfried. I don't know if I can rewrite this man's entire knowledge of...
In the last 10 minutes, Miss Eldergoss got plastic surgery and Botox.
How is he going to... Are there any pictures anywhere in the house?
Ma'am!
Yes, 1 moment. So, sorry, just popping
alright,
up.
let's just-
plan.
He sounds nice. Let's just not lie to him.
What?
I'm going to very gently open the door. Be like,
I'm gonna cover my face just because I am a walking skeleton.
Right. Hi. My name's Viari. And
I'm Miss Eldergoss.
Godfrey, please.
You see
I
him
think-
reaching for this giant axe.
I wouldn't do that. I was. Haven't stopped. Pretty please.
I think there's something you should see. Your friends had become beasts. And then I'm just going to...
You see, he just puts his head in his hands. He puts the axe at his side. That's fair.
Do you want to come sit down?
Wait, who the fuck are you? What is this?
Okay.
We're hunters.
Well,
That's not untrue.
yeah, we are hunters.
We've taken up the oath.
With who?
I am a hunter of the scholar.
Moira. Moira hasn't
Yeah.
taken new hunters in years.
Well, she took me.
Huh. And what makes you so good, huh?
This is a woman of a particular set of skills.
That's... I don't feel like I should share that kind of information with somebody who I don't know very well.
If you're gonna be the same scholar as me, I need to know who else is a part of this.
Is there a way for me to tell if he's a hunter of the scholar?
Ask him for his identification, yeah.
Yeah, do you have a way to prove that?
He takes out a necklace that hangs at his neck, and it's the symbol of the scholar, which you saw earlier.
Oh.
I'm hearing
Wow.
someone's alarm. Whose is that?
Sorry, mine took
That's
up
not
time.
my- yeah.
I didn't realize. My fault. Thank you.
Oh, wild. Okay. I'm fairly new to all of this. I'm not from around here, but that seems like good identification. Do you want to come in?
Sure. Let me see the bodies, though.
I'm going to shut and lock up the doors and things. Do you have a name?
Caraway.
Caraway. That's something that I should write down. And then we'll proceed to forget.
Then.
Well, it's good to meet you. Thank you. Yes, so the bodies are just through here, and I want to, like, in this time, I will spend VR points if I need to, have pinged, like, the network to put them into a place where it looks like we're showing them respect, like, lay them down, put shrouds over their faces.
This is
like,
gonna be. This is.
like,
This is holy. What VR me is this? What VR me use is this?
this, I don't know, is this do a thing? To just get them out of, like, presumably we just set them in a corner or something and we put them in a room. I want them, I want to just, like,
stage a scene.
make
I
it-
need 3 VR me. You're staging a scene.
you got it, you can have it. I just want to make it look like we were being more respectful than we were. Okay. Alright, I've got 27 points left. Okay. We're not from around here, so, you know, we're, like, missing some information on all of this, but, we came in here to take refuge because the city was going to, well, I'm sure you've seen, and we found them and took what felt like appropriate steps.
So as you put them out of the business, eh?
Very sorry.
I don't apologize. I would have done the same. In fact, I was probably the one. If it wasn't you, it was gonna be me then. I would have had to fight them, chop them up, make sure that they were put down proper.
Yeah, we still need to burn them, actually.
Burn them. Why?
So that
Destroy
they
the
don't come
flesh.
back.
Well, no, they were already beasts, so they're not going to come back.
Don't they
right?
come back worse unless you burn them? Isn't that what we just learned?
Is that what we just learned? Like,
He
like
looks, at you with,
meta-knowledge?
he looks at you with like a, oh shit, I know what this is moment.
Well, they don't come back unless you're killing them with improper steel. You kill beasts without the right weapons. Where'd you get them? You can't buy a weapon with the proper materials from Mars here.
Oh, I don't use weapons. I make my own, like, spells.
No, you didn't kill him, though. You mentioned something else. You guys got hunter's blood in you, which means anything that comes from you is the right material. So, someone killed something that wasn't with the right material recently for you to think that. We haven't used fire since the Undercity.
Wait. So you know what happened with... Okay, so you are a walking history lesson. This is great. This is exactly what we needed. Thank you so much, Caraway. Yes, a friend of ours just killed some people without the oath, and the beasts came back, and then they had to burn them.
Strong to kill people without an oath. Phew. It's got to be quite powerful.
You sound like you're getting onto something. Are you trying to suggest something about our good natures?
I'm trying to suggest that you guys are not exactly what you've appeared. You two are at least incredibly powerful if you're hanging around people who can fight beasts without blood. If they haven't taken the oath, they don't have blood. So they don't have the material. And they probably don't have the steel for it either. So...
That's why they used fire. You know,
Mhm.
making sure everything was gone. This will be good. This is good.
So,
What are you? For real this time, don't you say hunters.
Well, technically we are. So excuse you.
I know. I'm saying, don't just say it though, because I know there's something more at work here.
Moira told me not to tell anyone, and I'm pinging this to Gottfried, but I really want to tell him because he seems super cool.
Oh, you don't have to come. I promise nobody. So, Avery's gonna walk over. He's like covering his face with like his like scarf thing he always wears. He's got sunglasses on. He pulled out of nowhere because, of course. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna take him off. He goes, I am not dead, but I am a skeleton.
Not one of heretics, huh?
No, technically I did take the oath though. Just wanted to see what would happen.
All right.
I am. How do we put this? Bringer of vengeance. Deployer of penance. Really good at making margaritas.
Quite the resume.
There's a couple more things I can't think of. A cannibal sometimes. Technically not, because I'm a skeleton though, so it's not really a cannibal. Eater of man flesh.
One moment. I'm going to go grab Rascal real quick. Rascal, who is this guy and does your mum trust him?
That's Caraway. That's like top command other than Moira.
So she trusts him then, yeah?
He's capable. You don't really have a say.
That doesn't mean...
They don't talk much. I don't know.
Okay, well... I appreciate your honesty.
Scholars aren't really like an organized thing. They kind of just started happening.
Listen, Caraway, if we told you, you wouldn't really believe us, so it's not useful to get into definitions here.
Either way, you're powerful, right?
Yes.
Incredibly so. Strong, capable.
Yes, but not necessarily when it would, like, there are limits still. Yes, but, you know, this place... We're still figuring out where we sit on the power scale of this place.
And you're not from here.
No.
Because you just said this place.
Mm-hmm.
Out of plane.
How do you know about other planes when you can't travel to them?
Because books exist. Stolen from the church.
You stole them from the church? That's so cool. Yeah, another plane.
Alright. Nate, you're not from the moon, though, are you? You're not moon men.
No.
Right.
Is that a
have
thing?
there been moon men? Have there been moon men?
No. I don't think so, but, like, the same
That did not sound certain.
Look, there's a lot of weird shit that's been happening. It's hard to ask people, like, are you from the moon? When you're trying to kill them. They don't look from around here. But I will say, like, it's hard to tell. They look a little alien-like. You know, from the stories.
What stories?
You know, children's books. Men from the sky.
Children's stories always contain grains of truth. When will people learn?
Oh, my apologies. I didn't realize that the aliens was the message there. I thought it was about, like, trusting your neighbors and shit. I will unlearn that one, I guess. I should have taken from it. Fucking aliens.
That's just rude. That's really rude.
It's more about the
very offensive to Viari being a moon person, not ma'am.
I'm not a moon person. I'm not a moon person. He's messing with you. I'm not a moon person. But I am not from this plane of existence, and nor is he, and it would not benefit anyone to get into the details of what we are, because that requires, like, such an extreme amount of history and just stuff that isn't relevant here, because nothing that we normally do works here the same way. So we're still figuring out our boundaries on this plane.
Well, this is most interesting. I'm sure Moira was delighted. I guess that's why
you guys get along, yeah?
Fair enough. If you can't deny my skills.
Okay, well that's good at least. So you knew these people, and you know about the Undercity and the fire and a lot of stuff that we need information.
All right. So you want to know about the Undercity then, eh?
Yes, please.
Okay, listen up. Take notes. It's a long one. So this
are you telling me to actually take notes? Do I for real have to?
You should maybe consider it. All right. If you don't have a steel trap of a mind, you should probably consider it, because this information could be important. Well, the Undercity, it was the old city, obviously. It's where the church was first founded. The original hunter came. She found the place, killed a bunch of beasts, and helped build it. Underneath the Undercity is the catacombs. That's apparently where they found the original blood. Undercity was pretty good for a while. They kept building up and building up and building up. Until eventually, they just kept building up and they put a new floor on the thing. Thus, the above city. Though the Undercity was neglected. As the healing church moved up top, a lot of people got sick underneath. Scourge began to break out. People began to get sick. Very sick. Without the healing blood, some were driven insane, and it was hard to tell the difference between the two. Who was sick, who was insane, who was becoming a beast. So, the church hunters had to make a decision. As the beasts began to crawl up from the Undercity and start patrolling our streets, they said no more. And they firebombed the place. Burnt the Undercity to ash. Ever since then, fire's been kind of a tenet. Been something of a important piece of our arsenal. Some beasts are still terrified of it. Like a collective memory of the flames. But the Undercity was burned. There's still buildings there. Much abandoned. Still some hunters there, but they're pretty much crazy. And there's still some beasts there, but they don't dare leave. Partly because we barred the doors. Undercity sealed off. But if you want to get to the catacombs, you gotta probably go through the Undercity. Or you can take the sewers. One of those is more pleasant, I'll tell you that much.
Wait, which one's more... Wait, you can go Undercity, catacombs, or sewers. Which one's more pleasant?
If you want to get to the catacombs, you take either the Undercity or the sewers. One of those is probably more pleasant. And it is the Undercity. The sewers are fetid and awful.
Okay.
I realize this place is
Okay.
probably very crazy to out-of-planers like yourselves.
Well, you'd be surprised. It is, but I've been here once before all of this happened, actually. The Eternal Night or whatever. So I had an inkling, but things have really changed since then. Either the Undercity or the sewers. Okay. That's helpful to know. We could potentially set up a base of operations in the Undercity, or whatever remains of it. That might be a really effective way of getting around and maybe finding a way to infiltrate church grounds if we need to. How powerful is the symbol of fire? If we, for example, maintained torches in a certain section of the city, if we, made a point of maintaining fires and keeping an area intact and looking good, would that be significant in some way?
Probably protect
And would
you.
that help ward off beasts?
It would probably protect you from the beasts, but also paint a giant glowing target on your backs. Beasts are scared of fire, but it's also the symbol of where the people are. All it takes is one brave wolf to self-sacrifice itself, knock down your torches, and then you're, completely surrounded. Usually we just keep fire in our pockets. And he pulls out a little gadget in his pocket. It's like a little handheld flamethrower. At least that's what I like to use.
What if we couldn't be surrounded?
What do you mean? Like you couldn't get trapped on all sides? You're trying to build it under a mountain?
Well, what if we were able to gather enough people that we couldn't be surrounded?
I mean, you can always be surrounded. Depends how big the rigging is, I guess. You'd probably be... I don't really know what you're asking. I don't really get it. But frankly, The fire will keep them away. But be careful, because beasts are brave. And if enough of them come, you will be overrun. And I know the stories say the Undercity's purged, but considering I've seen it, bloody hell it isn't. It's still a little overrun.
Okay. That's fair. But that's good information to have. And I wonder... Gottfried, I feel like... Not that we should make a plan to do this right now, but it might be something nice to keep in our back pocket, like this whole using fire to, like, create a safe haven, sending that message to the people that, like, you know, and honestly, I don't think that we can be surrounded. The V-Army's massive and can become even bigger instantly. We do need to scope out the parameters of, like, are they going to get anti-magicked easily the way that they were in the last place? But magic doesn't work here the same way, so who knows? You get what I'm saying, though, right?
I do. I like the idea of the fire and stuff.
Yeah.
I think that'd be. I honestly think that'd be a great like symbol for like. You know,
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Good idea,
some,
and
like,
also would actually
good
help people.
propaganda.
You know, so.
Yeah. I like the idea that we're both just standing there, like, nodding to each other, like, looking at each other, like, very, like,
Knowingly.
enthusiastically. Yeah.
Well, hell, if you're planning on doing something in the Undercity, let me know. I know the way there. And if you're a friend of Moira's, you're part of our scholarship, so.
How would we let you know?
Just tell me right now. You want to go to the Undercity?
Yes.
All right, let's go. Get your shit.
Are we going right now? Wait, do we want to go right now, Gottfried? Or would you rather... You happy to go to Undercity first?
I'm down.
Alright.
Again, Charlie and Wanker are out doing that. They'll come back to us when they're done.
Wait, first. what
Yeah,
you guys
they don't
plan-
have fun.
You said it first. You got like a list. Got a thing, list.
Oh,
of
yeah,
things.
we do have a list. Well, we've got to get into the Vatican over there and see how they distribute information to
Church
the
City.
people
Hey, what do you want to do in there?
at some point.
That's the least fun place in Fishhook.
Fair, but we're really trying to solve some problems here, and we're gathering information, and we need as much information as we can get. And unfortunately, some of that is going to come from there.
And there's good news and bad news. If you want to get there, gotta go through the Undercity. There's no real safe way to get there unless you're going through the front gates, which are naturally pretty bloody scary. So we go to the
Even if we had disguises.
gates are locked. They're not letting anyone in.
At the moment, because of what just happened, or in general?
In
ever?
general, they don't. Not until the hunt's over.
So how do people get out? And they send hunters out, but they don't let them back in?
Mm-hmm.
So then what happens when the hunters need support? Do they get support at the wall, at the gates, or they just don't get
He looks at you with a
support?
smile and goes, "This place is probably a little bit sillier than what you used to. They die, ma'am. They die. If they don't get support, they die. And they'll let them die."
How does it benefit this church to lose all of their people?
I think they're a little bit up their own arses in their own conspiracies at this point.
Right. Okay.
I mean, that's what happens when you mix a bunch of dogma with a bunch of well-meaning people. They think they're healing. I mean, we all know at this point the blood causes the beasts. It's not a secret. But they keep doing it. It's addictive. So of course they do. And then, by the time that everybody's juiced up on blood, send them out as hunters. To get rid of the beasts that they cause, the problems that they cause, they try to solve. And then by the time that those hunters are either incredibly strong or incredibly weak, they turn into beasts themselves. This is a whole issue, self-caused by the church. And at this point, they're in too deep to go back. What they're supposed to do, sorry, we lied. Sorry, we lied about this whole blood thing. That's actually not healing you, it's just keeping you insane. And it turns you into a beast. They lose power, they lose control. They're backed into a corner.
That's good to know, actually.
And probably... Look, I don't know what the bloody eyes do. The eyes are apparently the only ones who are actually getting information from a direct source. I know the ears get it from the eyes, but you're supposed to be... You're interpreting mad people. People who've ascended, effectively.
The church uses magic, right?
Magic's a weird way to put it.
Is magic something that used to be readily available and usable before all this happened? I don't remember that being a problem last time I was here. It wasn't for me, at least.
Hunters used to use it more readily. Citizens never. But hunters have stopped using magic for a while now. Our magic's kind of different.
Okay. How different?
No, it's like a little bit more in... He thinks for a moment. Then he goes... Magic. You are from a very different place. You related to Ace?
Oh, yeah, we're friends of A's.
Fucking knew it. Alright. Her devices have always operated differently than we've ever been able to understand. It's because of her magic. It's different. It's alternate. Here, things don't work the same. They never have. Not since way back when the first hunter founded Fishhook.
Do you guys know what the Fae are?
Not really. What's a fae? Like fairies.
Kind of. I
You
suspect
telling me those
that...
are real too, like the aliens? There's moon people and fairies now.
I don't know about the moon people, but I will say that fairies are a lot more concerning than your attitude is making them out to be.
Just little thingies, aren't they? What are they?
They are an entire system unto themselves and a very powerful one. And I wondered if you guys had known, because we've been told that the blood that's sort of infecting everything here has to do with the Fae, or it's Fae blood, or it's taken from Fae. And I wondered if you guys even knew what they were.
Well, if that's the case, we certainly didn't bloody know it. Or at least we probably did know it. I don't know. You're gonna have to, if you want to ask that, you're gonna have to ask the first hunter. We haven't seen them in years.
Oh, yeah. When was the last sighting of her?
Oh, God.
God? You believe in those?
Not anymore. Probably like about 100 years ago. Around the night started.
Do you mean, is that definitive, or you don't know? Like the night that the...
We know that. Started a long time ago.
Sorry, as in, do you know that she disappeared that night?
Well, that
or
was
is
when
that
we last
just...
saw him.
Right. Okay. Good to know.
There's been claims that they've seen him since, but most of it's just bloody rumors. I go and investigate every time. Usually it's someone who's gone insane already, or has been hallucinating that the first hunter came to their doorstep and saved them from a beast. Meanwhile, they're the bloody beast at this point.
That reminds me, actually. And I'm going to turn to the two, like the couple that are dead, and see if I can collect their last words.
Their last words were, "Oh night, unrelenting, release me." This is from the more masculine looking figure.
and from the woman we now know as Miss Eldegoss. Long, unending. The moon. Oh, you are beautiful.
Do we think that this blood makes the more and more information in their head get replaced by information
Make
by...
make a Arcana check at advantage.
Okay. That's like bringing them closer to... 42? Oh wait, that was just my first one. That wasn't an advantage. Let me just roll again. Oh yeah, 30 was the second one. 42.
After you make this sort of connection, things start to click into place. You saw what happened to Godfried. You saw what happened to Fada. There's something about, and you've seen what happened to everybody here. Blood is not just fluid. It's not just random. It is got DNA. It's got code in it. It's got information in it. It has power. And as the hunters inject themselves with it, the citizens inject themselves with it, it doesn't heal them. It rewrites them. Piece by piece. They fix their wounds by it being written over. And this is why hunters are usually the last ones to go insane, but they have the most potent reaction when they finally do, because they have the most injuries, and so that what it all rewrites is just their body. But by the time they finally do snap, there is so much that is rewritten that the transformation becomes all the more horrific.
Godfrey, what if these people are being rewritten out of the divine contract into a new state that's governed by whatever this eldritch entity is, like into a new... What if they're being rewritten by this new power source so that they're no longer part of the contract?
Can you just rewrite out of the contract?
If you're powerful enough, maybe. I need a simulacrum to go check up on. I need any kind of documentation on the people of this place. Is it being written out of the contract? I need that question answered. Like I'm gonna send simulacrums to go find that answer.
Okay, I need a do a thing.
Okay. I spend my point.
Some more people go up into the sky. They go back up to the Pantheon to go and read, go through the contract, go to Fishhook. They contact Alistair as well to get his assistance. A few moments later, about 15-30 minutes later, they come back and they go with a report. And Alistair himself delivers it. We checked up on what you wanted. It's damaged. You're on to something. Fishhook is initially what I thought was just damage from the Chaos Pantheon is actually damage from whatever this Fey blood is. It's rewriting its people. However, this isn't what Fey blood should be doing. Either. I talked with Lady Luna, and she says that this is not the deals of the terms that she had with Chaos. So something here is not working properly.
We were setting up a meeting with the person that I met at that dinner. I think I asked for that like a couple weeks ago. Have they responded to
Not yet.
setting
That's
up that
been
meeting?
It's been like a day in game time.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. All right, that's good to know. But we might have like that. Okay, that information source. That's really, really interesting.
Okay.
So, God, We're talking like
Oh, bad. No.
cosmic, Alistair level power clashes infecting one another at this
Effectively,
point.
yes.
We're talking similar to the mushroom. Could the mushrooms eat it away?
Depends if it's magical or not. The reason why the mushrooms can metabolize it is because it's we don't really know. We're still investigating that with Theta's null domain. It's not working out well, but we're getting there slowly but surely. I don't know if they
Could we
eat-
perform experiments on, like, see if the mushrooms can eat
Well-
away a person's and restore them? That replacement? Like, what did you do to Godfrey to get him back? Because we had to clone him, and then you took out the thing that had replaced and rewritten him.
Well, Godfrey was a different story. He's a god. There is something that is undeniable about him. He's like a fixed point in the universe, almost. You can't get rid of him. But, so what I did is, whatever was contained within him, I killed him, got to the clone, took the clone's brain, because every clone gets a brain. He's not allowed to have one, though. And I used it to soak up all of the infection. Now you have your clone brain that you can contact.
Right. Is Caraway reacting to the fact that, like, Alistair has just appeared?
Caraway has been silent and just been writing in a journal, but staring at you guys.
That's so valid. I'm so sorry, Caraway. This is probably really intimidating and confronting and very confusing right now.
Keep talking.
Okay, sure. I don't know that I should be doing this in front of you, actually, but it's fine. People tend to figure these things out eventually. Okay, that's wild. That is a big thing to be happening. Okay. Which means that in order to deal with this, we almost definitely need to figure out our own power sources on a level that can combat this. Okay. Anything else, Al?
We're still looking into it, but your hunch was correct. Keep investigating the blood. We know that it's from the Fey Spirit of Undeath. Something happened to it that changed the way it interacts with the deal that they made with Chaos.
It exists outside of the contract now, right?
Yes. So
Outside
something
of-
about what happened to it changed the terms of the deal.
Al, could you, and I know this is asking a lot, I recognize that, this is to help with our investigation, could you give us information on the ritual that you and Beatrice performed to banish Eternograx into a space that was outside of existence?
Now, how did you know I performed a ritual?
I think I read it in... You know when we stole information from you that one time?
Mm-hmm. And then you'd know that this is classified information, and merely asking me is an infringement that I'm going to choose to ignore.
Is there a way that we could get it declassified for the purposes of helping us? Like, can we file forms to get that declassified for us?
Are you asking me how to manipulate my system to get what you want?
I want to do it through the correct channels. You don't want me going in and stealing, I assume.
Ask
I want to.
if you want the
I
correct
wanna know if
channels,
there's-
maybe go and ask Charlie. Because if you ask
Okay.
me, I'm just going to pretend that I didn't hear the 35 infractions with every word.
Okay. I appreciate your patience on this one.
Don't
I
say
will
that
get
in
Charlie.
front of little Al.
to-
He would kill you for that.
Is he allowed? No, he's not allowed. He can't kill me.
He will slap
He was
you.
made by your creation.
hard.
Yeah.
He will slap you very, very hard.
And I'm sure that you would be on his ass for abuse.
I would be congratulating him for maybe finally giving you the discipline I clearly never gave you as a child.
Physical punishment is not discipline, it's abusive.
You're right.
You can discipline a person and set boundaries without harming them.
I can abuse Viari.
I have given, well, considering I've set many boundaries that you've continued to cross, I guess I should set them harder.
Al, I'm trying to help you right now.
You're giving me a... You are terrible at this. I'm going to go, and I'm going to set one of those boundaries you seem to love. Never ask me
Okay.
about Eternograx ever again. Understood? Ever.
Yes, I
Thank
understand, Al.
Why does he care so much?
It's his brother.
Oh, true. Wait, Truth?
No, Eternograx.
Wait, I didn't know they were related. I thought he was just an entire separate thing.
He is an entire separate thing, but it's his brother.
I'm so confused.
He and Beatrice, brother, sister, Eternograx, brother, they had to lock Eternograx away. So, we need... Charlie, can you please figure out what the legal precedent for acquiring that information is?
If you want to declassify a classified ritual, here's what we gotta do. We need to subpoena it, which means we need to sue Alistair.
Oh, he's gonna be so mad.
Hey, we knew we were walking this path. I have prepared. Don't lose track of the goal here, kid. We knew this was gonna make enemies. And we knew this was gonna upset Alistair.
I know.
There's no way to do this without it.
I know. Can you please get those documents?
Well, we need to sue
Okay.
him for something. Can't
For
just...
what? What? On what grounds can we
Withholding.
sue him?
Information? So jeopardizing order by withholding important information that we need for our mission?
Oh, he get around that one. I like this idea though, jeopardizing the mission. There's something there. Wait.
I mean,
Okay.
Wait, Little Al. Little Al is an unprecedented thing. We can subpoena the information if we can somehow link Little Al to Eternograx.
How would we do that?
I don't know, but if we do that, I can get you what you want. We need, but
Okay.
basically what we...
Give me more information on your intentions here, like in terms of that link. What does that link need to be?
Alright, so basically, you want information on why they sealed Eternograx, and on the ritual itself, right?
Yes.
Gotcha.
I'm hoping that would be useful. And how to... Is that a space that's accessible? Because that can also help us with this Eldritch being, right? Like, that can help us get rid of that.
I don't fucking know, but you want the information, so we're gonna go get it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna sue Alistair for jeopardizing the mission with Little Al, okay? Little Al already jeopardized the security and safety and stealthiness of the operation, correct?
he did blow our cover,
He
technically.
did. He blew your cover, right? So, because that Little Al did that, we need...
Your
drawing a
brain's
blank.
exploding.
I'm drawing a blank. We need to sue him. That's all we need to do. We need to sue him. I don't know how to do that, but we need to sue him. Then we can subpoena
Okay.
him.
Okay.
Basically,
All right.
wait,
well,
wait.
we'll work on that.
Basically. Oh, wait, I got it. We need the proof. What we can say is that his problems could be solved by using the ritual again, correct?
Yes.
Well, we don't know that, right? Because we don't know what the ritual does.
Right.
So what we do is we sue him for not solving his problems himself. And for jeopardizing the lives of countless innocents by sending in mortal gods.
Okay.
And so in doing that, we subpoena the ritual. And then I might get sent to prison for a slap suit. And fraud.
No, you won't get... No.
That's the level that we want with this information. I'm ready to go to prison.
I can't operate without you.
I can send a replacement.
Yeah, there's like a bunch of Charlies, remember?
Okay, so I would still have you.
Just a different me.
Just a different. Okay.
I'm ready to go to prison.
All right. You sure?
Yeah. I've been there before.
Of course you have. All right.
You don't get this voice unless you've been to prison.
So valid for that king. Okay, so we're gonna sue Al.
Yep. Well, I'm gonna sue Al, and then you are gonna be my lawyer.
Okay.
Good luck, Viari.
Okay.
This one's all you.
This is just... Look, you're not even gonna have to really go into court. I'm just gonna sue him so that I'm the one who goes to prison. All you need to do is get the information. You subpoena it for him.
Okay.
Alright? I go to prison. And then there's nothing that chases back to you.
Alright.
And just be prepared,
The
because
Pantheon really doesn't have very vigorous standards of who can be a lawyer.
No. Well, technically, you're really good at being a lawyer. You've won a whole lies, contract, divine thingy. Like, the qualifications are present. And also, you can technically have anybody represent you in a court of law. You can represent yourself. Just probably won't do a fucking good job.
Why don't you represent yourself here? Not that I don't want to help you, just that I'm bad at this.
If I write the subpoena, I get the information, and then I can't give it to you. You need to subpoena the information.
Okay, I see. All right, fair enough. I appreciate your help, Charlie. Thank you for this.
You're welcome.
And to think we were going to get you into more field work.
Well, prison's the best field work there is.
Is it?
Yeah, I'm gonna break out of prison.
Oh, okay. Well, that sounds fun. And I support your desires. Okay, so we're gonna sue my dad. You didn't hear that. I said to Caraway.
Caraway has just been writing down the whole time. Just
I'm going to just like walk over to him and be like, listen.
Yeah.
You've clearly overheard a lot here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to level with you because I need you to trust us and I need to be able to trust you. We are gods of the Order Pantheon. I am Viari, god of lies, stories, dreams. Please stop writing this down. This is for you and you alone. I'm going to prestidigitate that writing off the page. That, like, the last couple of things so that it disappears so that it doesn't have it written down.
Alright.
Lies, truth, dreams, stories.
That's all the titles.
Oh, there was something about fiction in there, but I forget what the parameters of that one were. I think that's all of the titles.
Huh.
The truth thing is up in the air at the moment. Am I missing titles?
No, he said that's a lot of titles. That's what he said.
I thought he said, is that all the titles? Sorry. This is Godfried, god of penance, justice, combustion and ignition.
Technically not god of combustion and ignition. It was like a hostile takeover. I owned them now, but I'm not the god of them. I control them though.
And what else have you got going on over there?
Oof, me?
Yeah,
Honestly, I don't have that many domains compared to like the rest of you guys.
that's
Like,
fair.
it's really just penance and then domain, like combustion and ignition. And like, I'm not really the god of justice, but like at my core, I am a god of justice. I do fall under that designation. I am an order god, very specifically in the lawful section.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And then we have A's and Fader who have their own domains. Here's the thing. You guys are not used to operating with gods around. This place doesn't is not tuned for having guards around. Half of our kits are not working the way that we thought they were. I've tried to sign up Warlock so far, and it's not working the way that I had hoped.
Mm-hmm.
So, frankly, we're in a bit of a pickle. We are trying to gather information because shit is going down on your plane of existence, and we want to make sure that when that hits the fan, we can resolve it peacefully and calmly and not have everyone completely wiped out. And maybe even bring things back to a level that is like normal or better than normal, you know, like safe. Not this crazy, like, people transforming into beasts thing. That's our end goal. And I realize that maybe doesn't seem very possible, especially if you've lived your entire existence with that kind of just being the default norm. But we're hoping that it is.
Sounds like you got a tall order ahead of you.
Yeah.
Well, I'm in. But, one condition. I'll get to write down what happens.
You want to tell the story?
Oh, of course I do. I'll be the greatest scholar to ever live.
Fair enough.
But,
Sure.
should also warn you. Turning things back to normal, as you call it. Without the beasts. The blood. You're gonna need to get rid of the whole church. Ground up. You prepared for it?
Yeah,
Both of you.
wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah, this is like round 2.
Oh.
3.
3.
Yeah, well, we kind of did it last time as well.
That
I
wasn't
feel
a
like.
church, though.
That was, I suppose, that was a government. They had churchy things going on. It's at least round 2.
Well, this is definitely going to be a weirder place than you've ever been. Fishhook hasn't been normal for a very long time. Should mention as
That's
well
fair.
then. You heard of the scholars. Us.
Mm-hmm.
When we go to the Undercity, something else that you need to look for. That's the church's university.
Oh.
They're going to have all the information that I think you need. And I think a little more than you bargained for as well. This isn't the place to infiltrate. You kill, you smash, you grab, you leave. Don't get involved. They're the ones with magic. Alright?
How worried do I need to be about that magic?
Terrified.
Can you describe what it can do?
Trap you in an eternal existence of fear and death. Kill you outright. Who's to say?
Okay,
Well,
that's fair enough.
you guys should probably rest up. I think you guys can at least still sleep.
We can. It would be so much easier if you could. Goddamn.
Rest up. We'll get started in 6-8 hours.
Yeah. Thanks for being so chill about all this.
Oh, no worries.
And if you could just keep all of this secret, like, between us.
Naturally.
Look, you seem like a decent person, which is why we're trusting you with this information. But if you could double cross us or something, or you turn out to be like secretly working for the church and you fuck us over, like, we will just kill you. And I hope that you understand that that's not intended as like a mean threat.
This is like
so
a
much
legal
as
disclaimer.
yeah, like so much as like we are here on business, and it is important that we see that through. But if you are what you say you are, and if you're being honest with us, then yeah, we can work with that.
All right.
And then I'm gonna ping the face red of truth. Does he seem like he's being honest?
Yeah, I like him.
Okay.
And
Thank
with
you.
that,
that's where we're gonna end tonight. To end the session. Thank you all so much for watching. We went a little bit over. My apologies. You know, it's the past. We had a lot to catch up on a little bit. We're still not caught up. We'll never be. But my name is Offbeat Outlaw. I have been the Dungeon Master for this evening. Brooke!
My name is Brooklyn Tuesday, and Offbeat Outlaw has been the Dungeon Master for us this evening.
Danny. Are you streaming later?
Yeah, I'm gonna be doing a cooking stream tonight. I'm gonna make cake. Oh
Bet.
shit, my microphone's falling.
He mogs too hard. Alright, everybody. Have a great night. Get the fuck out of my house.